Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and here we are for the MMA Report. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me, as always, he trains, he teaches class, he beats that ass, pounds it vigorously into the ground, driving it into the ground afterwards. That is Tyler King of Crown Sports and Entertainment.
Steve, why do you have to get so visceral with that?
Well, it's the emotion of it that makes it so powerful. We have to let it
it's a
come
little weird.
across.
I mean, it was
I
kind
mean,
of cute.
it's true. I mean, we got to do it. I mean, we got to give our viewers a visual of what happens. That's the biggest thing. We got to give a visual, and the visual is of you beating ass and then
Okay.
pounding it into the ground after. And
That was very. I mean, I feel kind of gross as public now, but hey.
Well, it's been public for a while. I mean, people know about it. I mean,
Okay. Thank you, Steve.
it's what you're famous for. So
Oh,
we
here we
have
go,
this
Steve.
amazing video.
Well, hey, Steve, maybe you want to give a little bit of
I
just
know
a little bit of an introduction.
it's context. Yes, it's called context.
Yes, thank you.
This is Glover Textera,
So
with Alex Pereira, and they're training.
It's Glover Teixeira training with Alex Pereira. They're training now for the fight with Cyril Gone for the White House.
Correct.
So just looking into this video, just look from an analytical point of view, I want you to keep in mind three things, and obviously I'm kind of give everything a look.
Just
give
for
me
the
your thoughts.
record, who posted this?
Oh shoot, I don't even know because
okay.
I don't know. I'll explain the context as you just said. I think I was looking at an MMA like Instagram page that I follow. I think it was called like MMA Golf Check.
Because I just was checking, like it
But
wasn't
Yeah, I
It
thought
wasn't
that
Pereira or
yeah.
Texera who
I
was
actually
hitting.
just started looking. I found this one. I forget where I saw it first, but found it on YouTube.
Right,
Long
right.
story short, I've seen a lot of content of Alex Pereira lately. One was either a tank top or shirtless photo. From what I'm hearing, he's walking around between 235 and 240, maybe 245 pounds. Like
Yeah.
he's a big guy right now. This is he's where are we? So the cards for May, is it now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So he's probably like kind of doing a pre-camp right now. So it's for May. It's
It's May 16th, I believe.
okay. So if it's May 16th,
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. That's the
oh, it's
MVP card. This one's in June or July, I believe.
that's what I thought as
The
well.
White House card. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we're in March. He's about 5 6 months out. Yeah, he's 5 months out. So he's probably doing a little pre-camp now.
Oh,
Just
he
to work.
is. Okay.
That's what I think he would like. That's just what I'm saying. What he's probably doing. He's not in like full blown training camp, kill himself conditioning mode right now. They're working on like game plan. He's sharp. He's doing skill work. He's working on his game plan. Glover's pretty much his head coach. So anyway, enough
Okay.
talking. This
So
just
this is
gives you
just a workout that they're doing.
and just look at just let it
Yeah.
play.
Oh,
Speak for yourself.
it's something else.
No, he did not blow the shot on that here. Huh? No.
She
So Glover looks very perplexed there
Alex Pereira.
perplexed.
Look at his legs.
and
Oh,
scared.
Look at his arms. He looks
that's
so
the
much
word.
bigger. Like he truly is bulking up,
This
lifting weight, eating
whoever
right.
this
Like
YouTube
Eddie truly wants to take
commentator
on
is,
Cyril Gahn, and as he's dancing, as Glover Teixeira
Yes.
is telling him to hit the mat,
he's
he's just dancing.
emphasizing pretty much the
Watch
point I
his
was going to make.
technique.
Pause it,
His
Steve.
hands
So I'm
stay
talking
low and
over
straight.
the narration. He already said it, but Alex looks absolutely huge. He's fat. Like this guy's speed, I think he's around 230. He's close to 240 pounds right
Yeah,
now.
he looks
I'm
thick as
thinking
fuck. Yeah.
he's this guy's speed, accuracy is pretty unheard of in the heavyweight division. And Cyril Gahn is a good striker, good eye poker, and a good striker. But also, Alex's angles are just very. Some of them are unorthodox, but he's just hitting with such power. It's truly impressive.
No, it is. It is. It is for sure.
Swing from the hip, and he engages.
But just he's throwing a combination here, right?
Hands
Yup.
low. He's gonna be touching Cyril Gahn.
But like, is he trying to hit Glover's gloves, or is he just trying to
He's
drill him?
no. First of all, Steve, mute it, please.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
So this is called like mitt holding, pad holding, etc. So you'll hold the pad a certain way, and you're telling your fighter what combination to throw, and you're catching them and working on their technique, angles, etc. Or like sometimes coaches and fighters kind of get in such a rhythm that they don't even speak. They can kind of just give the look, be here, here, here.
Right.
I am able to do that with some guys I work with. It could be that, but just the size, actually, power and speed is kind of scary. Not kind of
Yes.
scary,
Yes.
very scary.
Combination of all that is very scary. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's also crazy to think this guy was making 185 pounds. I
Yeah.
believe like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's been that long?
Yeah. He seems tall.
Oh, he's 6'3", so he's every bit of
Yeah.
6'3".
That's
If
why.
not-
I mean,
He's
that's
actually more. He's more like
battle.
6'4". He's 6'4". Like Izzy's a big guy. He's way bigger than Izzy now.
Yeah, it's a battle to make that weight when you're that size.
Definitely has put on some mass. He looks way bigger. Just look at that
Jesus.
bicep. Wow. His
Well, Glover
tricep,
gives him a
bicep
look
right
like,
here,
God
Gina.
damn, boy.
He has been
Yeah.
Like,
lifting
yeah,
weight
you're
for
the
sure.
shit.
You think it's going to impede upon his
Probably already
ability
knows
to
that. I mean, he's
defend?
just
You think he's still
Steve.
gonna
I
have
mean,
that
Mute this.
it's a stunned
Steve.
look.
Mute. Oh.
I did mute.
No, I'll tell you the what I see is that actually that's a kind of a it's kind of like
The
kind of like
holy
it's
shit.
both it's a yeah, holy shit, I was gonna say fuck, but it's a very knowing look. He kind of I think we kind of I'm not saying I know as far as like he does, but we're kind of having the same reaction, that being, oh shit, he's already looking this good this far away from the fight.
Right, yeah. You're not
Yeah.
even peaking yet. Yeah, you're months
No.
away.
Yeah, he's got months to just eat, dial in, just get ready for this fight. So, yeah,
behind his punches, or will this bulking up
I see his
affect
face.
his
He's like,
weight
what the
transfer?
fuck?
Love
He's
your
like,
perspective.
oh my
dude,
God. That is great.
just having Meklover, just how easy, like, just how even he is, and like, just I he looks like the guy, and just like, you know, the kind of person you just can't get a reaction out of him.
Yes, yes.
That's how he kind of struck me. Alex same way, but it's more like feels like he just murder you at any time. But anyway, Glover's like got like that kind, just to see him kind of break that. I don't want to say facade, but kind of
But
break that kind of
see,
mentality.
I don't know the history
Yeah,
of their relationship. I mean, if they
Glover's been
train,
his head coach for years.
oh, he has. Okay. All
Like
right.
it's like over 5, 6, 7 years.
So
He's like,
all right. So he knows him pretty well.
I think like Alex just went to or they're both Brazilian, and Glover has a school in Connecticut.
Oh, he does. Okay.
I told you about this, right?
Yeah. No, you did. I probably don't remember. So wow. Okay. So he was just not expecting that intensity, speed, power all at once to be thrown at him. Glover.
Honestly, no. I think he's surprised that Alex is this on point, this far away from the fight. Not surprised, but just kind of like, oh fuck.
I mean,
Imagine ways of yeah.
when was the last time Alex fought though?
UFC. It wasn't the Khalil fight. Oh no, the Ankalaev fight. He won the second
Yeah.
of the Ankalaev rematch. That was his last fight.
Right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, they're just.
That was what, 3, 4 months ago.
I just think they're fed up. I mean, him and Aspinall. I mean, they've been guys just waiting for these moments where they could be double champions or get these big paydays, and it
Well,
hasn't happened.
Alex wasn't really waiting for anybody because he was like I said, he just regained the light heavyweight championship. So he's just been kind of going. The guy I really feel bad for is
Well,
Tom
as
Aspinall,
Aspinall, yeah,
because he waited for Jones, bought
for
Cyril,
Aspinall, 2 years.
bought Cyril Gone. He got his eye clawed
He
out.
got double eye surgery as a result of
Guys,
it.
yeah, exactly. Like, there's
Yeah.
a real butterfly effect to the sport. But again, like I've said this like 5 times now, but bro, come July, Alex is going to be a big, big problem.
So people have complained, there was, and I thought either way, it was going to be unrealistic because they based these expectations for this White House card like it was, going to be the second coming of Ali and Frazier. And people are pissed. They think that UFC laid an egg and didn't give them the best matchups possible. And there's a lot of resentment, disappointment to the card they put forward. No Conor McGregor, no John Jones. However, you and I realistically talked months ago and said you didn't think either one of them were going to be on the card. You thought it was going to be a long shot. And
Did I say that? I mean,
yeah,
I've always felt like it was gonna. I always felt like Dana, the UFC, Connor, John. I always felt like they would make it happen because it's what the people want. I hate you right now. I couldn't find my zip before. I couldn't find my zip before the show. I would kill anyway.
I'll hide
Oh,
it.
sorry.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want some nicotine right now because yeah. Anyway, I think I always in the back of my mind always thought at least John would be on the show. Connor, like I mean, even Connor, I was like, why couldn't they make it happen? They had said something a while back. I think it was either right before this car got announced or right after. It was very early on, and he said, "This is like gonna be the biggest car the UFC's ever done."
He did.
I think he said, "I don't know if I can trust John to
He did say that. Yeah,
make the fight."
he doesn't trust them. Yeah, he did say that.
And like, I don't want to throw any shade at John, but it's
But you have to admit that he has in the last
oh yeah, like the was UFC 200 was a fight
he
Cormier.
pulled out, you know.
No, he didn't pull out. He tested positive for metabolite.
Oh, it was McGregor that pulled out with the toe thing.
Yeah, McGregor pulled out with the toe thing. So,
but Jones was
anyway,
supposed to fight
yeah, and again, no,
Aspinall.
just watch. I was on my way to make a point, Steve. So, and, like, we got sidetracked there. So, Lake Jones popping positive, for UFC 200, like McGregor pulling out. Well, I forget when was that scheduled for.
It was, I think it was a year and a half to 2 years ago. It was
Yeah,
him and Chandler.
But when was it scheduled for what event?
I don't remember the exact number. I know it was
I think it was like
2023, maybe
yeah,
2024.
it was like International Fight Week or something like the big July card. I think.
Yes.
Anyway, anyway, get long-winded here. Dana said, I can't trust John Jones.
Yeah, he did say that. Yes.
And me, like looking at it from like the former fighter, former athlete point of view, I truly believe John's not afraid of anybody. He's in a great groove, or he was when I saw him. I truly believe he wanted that fight. But
no, I agree he did, but it's the same thing that we've been hearing about UFC. They don't pay the fighters what they're worth.
If you want to go from that point of view, I've heard rumblings that they didn't offer John enough, and the rumbling I've heard about this card, the reason we're getting Gaethje versus Ilya is because I heard this on Chael Sonnen's podcast, so I don't know the validity of it, but Chael's a guy you kind of buy what he says. He's not he is a guy where you can really buy what he says. You can take a lot of that to the bank when he's talking about fight business. Anyway, so what I understand, they had Ilya number. So they go to Islam. Islam asked for something big. I think, from what I remember, Chael said Islam asked for like 30 to 50 million, maybe 20. I'm not sure.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
30 million. I wouldn't have paid him $30 million.
But
they're not going to make a shit. I mean, they're getting a good
Steve, shut up for a second.
Money from the White House, but they're not.
Yeah. Steve, be quiet for a second. Anyway, they shocked me off my tracks. But anyway, so they offered. I don't remember what the number was, but I think what Islam asked for. I think it was probably 50. I don't fucking know. Anyway, they said okay. They went to John. They said I think UFC was like the number is 15, or Islam said 150, something like that. So they were in a deadlock with Islam's camp with Ali, who's one of the biggest managers in MMA, and he represents Islam. So they took that number that Islam wouldn't take, and they went to Justin with it. Justin happily took it.
I'm sure he would.
That's the way it's portrayed by Chael Sonnen. I mean, if that's the case, I mean,
But I
my
could see Justin taking that. I mean,
oh no, and that's what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
and I'm pretty
I'm
sure
pretty
that's I mean, that's probably double any purse that he's gotten in UFC.
probably yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's not like they pay
the thing, like
$10 million a fight for a
yeah.
fighter,
Well, no,
right?
I don't know. There has to be some sort of scale or
There is.
something. No, they
It's
do
like
what
the
they
Vince
do.
McMahon scale.
Oh, shut the fuck. I think
No,
they
it
have to
is.
do something because Carter used to get just paid out the ass. So I'll say it.
He did
So
when he
I
was a draw. Yes,
no, but that was all based on his points in the pay-per-view sales.
correct.
I
Yes.
mean, he commanded a pretty hefty base salary, but he just
Yeah, he
I
killed it.
think he has 7 of the top 10 grossing UFC pay-per-views of all time.
Yeah, and he has I believe, the
Anyway,
second
so
highest grossing pay-per-view of all time, which was him and Mayweather.
oh yeah, he made about I'm pretty sure he made 92 over way over 100 million for that fight.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's when his life changed. But
That's what
Mayweather and Pacquiao is the number one pay-per-view fight of all time as far as money grossed. Number two
Yeah.
was McGregor and Mayweather.
All right.
But
No, but they have to do a
UFC,
scale.
they get paid.
Well, the thing is, the UFC has made so much money in the Paramount deal. I mean, we talk
Yes.
about percentages forever. They have to have some sort of scale for the bigger fighters, bigger names. But again, I haven't seen those inner workings yet, so I don't know.
They don't make them public. It's like Vince McMahon. Everyone used to be pissed at Vince because he had this super secret formula that nobody could ever figure out, which was based on where you were on the card and the attendance, and that's how you were paid. That's how your payout was. And once the guys started talking about it, and the guys who originated it were Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Shawn Michaels. That's when they would ask guys, what did you get? What did you get? Before it never happened. And it was revealed that at Survivor Series 1995, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall did most of the work. Shawn Michaels came in, did 2 super kicks, and he was paid like $30,000 more than Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Okay.
And they talked and they found out, and they were pissed, and they called Vince. And Vince said, "Oh, this must have been an accounting error. I'll take care of it." And he sent him the money immediately. So UFC, as I've said to you, has no incentive to put on the best card possible because they make more by putting on less. Now, I thought they had said that this fight was going to be probably multiple championship fights.
Yeah.
And it's a UFC lightweight championship title unification bout between Ilya and Gagey.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the heavyweight championship bout between light heavyweight champion
Pereira and
and
Cyril Gahn.
and Cyril Gahn, who gets a reward for an eye poke. And it's sad that Aspinall is not able to compete. And then there's also a bantamweight championship match: Sean O'Malley versus Eamon Zabi.
Wait, that's not a championship match.
Former bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
And then a lightweight bout featuring Mauricio Rufy and former 3-time Bellator lightweight world champion and
Oh,
Michael Chandler.
I was
And
just
Bo Nichols on the card too, which is
I know Bo
impressive.
Nichols. I know Bo Nichols on the card. He deserves it. Uh been kind of he's been coming through. I just saw on a sketch. Yeah, it's on to the fight card,
But you have to admit,
dude.
for number one, there's no women's fight.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares?
that's pretty much
As Khabib would say, who cares? Who cares?
what Ronda
Today,
Rousey said.
today, smash.
And it's they're spending a decent amount of money. They're not spending
Bro.
taxpayer money, but they're
They
spending money.
they okay. I mean, I wish I was spending taxpayer money. I see. I would like my tax dollars to go to this, but I
I do
digress, Steve.
too. I think they should put on a
So,
great show.
well, I mean, it's a pretty good card, but there's definitely some places where
Better
it
card.
could be. Oh, I'll let me go here. Let me cook. So we'll go right there. Mauricio Hoofy. It's probably Rufy, but I just like saying it Brazilian way. Mauricio Hoofy, however you say it, versus Michael Chandler. There's a great way to improve that fight and make more people want to watch. But you might be right; they don't feel like paying what they have to pay this guy. One and two, I think he's in the bad graces of the UFC right now. He's been not speaking well about them, but you could. I'm just talking about ways you could improve this card. You could take Mauricio Rufy, however you say his name, replace him with Colby Covington, and have him fight 170. That would be a much more compelling matchup, and more people want to watch. I mean, I think
I agree with that too.
Rufy's good, and honestly, this is like kind of like that UFC matchmaking I've told you about. Rufy's going to be good. They're giving Michael Chandler a fight at the White House. Great. And then they're just using it like Rufy's going to beat Chandler's ass really, really bad.
Yeah, I agree. Chandler
So,
his time has come and gone.
oh, yeah. Oh, I remember I want to get into it. I was watching old Chandler fight versus Eddie Alvarez actually in Bellator when Chandler's only 9-0. Wow, he was like, yeah, it was bad. Anyway, sorry for that little sidebar. Okay. So you can take Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I mean Sean O'Malley is
I
the
mean,
UFC favorite.
he just fought like 2 months ago, but I'll tell you what, and they probably this lends itself to the whole they want pay theory.
Yeah,
Imagine if you had Sean O'Malley versus Ito Yan on this card. That fight,
that's what initially I believe that they wanted,
yeah.
but they said he was unavailable. Peter Yan.
Cyril Gahn versus Pahea.
Cyril Gahn,
Listen, Cyril
I
Gahn's.
don't think he has any business being on this card.
Oh, I do. I agree. But then again, he did just fight for the heavyweight championship. The fight ended in an
Yeah,
accidental
yeah.
foul. So,
Why
like,
are you rewarding him? You
listen,
can't find another
on
heavyweight.
again on paper, it's justifiable. That's the thing. This is justify. I agree with you. I feel he's getting rewarded for really fucking up Tom Aspinall's fucking
Yeah,
life, career,
yeah.
etc. But on paper, it's there. You know, it was the other thing is who else you gonna put in there?
Well, it's for the light heavyweight. It's the light heavyweight division, correct?
No, I believe
Or
no,
light
it's heavyweight. It's heavyweight.
Oh, so right, okay, so that's right. Pereira is fighting up. So yeah, so the heavyweight division right now is
Oh,
not
I'm already looking okay.
not great.
Aspinall, Cyril Gahn, Volkov, maybe. Pavlovich, I think just got beat. Blades, no.
No, I would.
Cortez Acosta, maybe. Sergey Spivak, no, just got beat.
Yeah.
Rizvan, no. Derek Lewis, no.
No.
Tybura, no.
No.
Who'd you
You're right.
have?
You're right. No, I mean I get it. You would want the heavyweights are typically the draw. You want a heavyweight fight on this card. So I if that's the guy that they have to go with, that's the guy they have to go with.
Also, remember when John Jones came out? He feels like, oh, I've just been blindsided, I've just been gutted, etc.
Oh, that post, yeah, that
This
was
kind of
bullshit.
lends this. I mean, if you talk about what you know, Chael said about the fight with Islam, Topuria, and Gaethje, that whole situation. John talking about, oh, I'm just glad I can't believe this. What we weren't negotiating. Those posts lends itself to with Cyril Gahn getting the fight. A similar sort of situation may have happened here. And I find, listen, I'm just speculating right now, but I find that super believable, conducive to the whole story. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, like,
So I mean, it's one, two, three. I think it's a 7-fight card. Realistically, how much do you think the fighters are getting paid? Say the 3 top fights. You're going Ilya, Pereira, and O'Malley, and their opponents. What do you think that they're getting?
um,
Are they all getting 7 figures?
oh yeah, yeah. So,
They
so
are.
I,
Okay.
I talking O'Malley, Bahia, and who?
It was Pereira, O'Malley, and
And
Ilya.
Ilya.
Yeah, Ilya and Gagey.
Oh yeah, I think they're all getting 7,
They're
if
all
not
getting
8
7
figures.
figures.
They're all
Right.
getting paid 7. I even feel those 3 probably getting paid 8 figures. They're all probably making at least 10 million.
And you believe that John wanted 8 figures regardless.
Probably.
I mean, if it wasn't the White House card, for him to be on any UFC card, he was going to want 7 to 8 figures.
7
And that's
figures.
what he believes he's worth.
Well, 7 figures goes without saying. 8
Yes.
figures, yeah. No, listen. It's a very complicated game now because like they don't have the pay-per-view points anymore.
No,
So
no.
So I don't know. Like that's the thing. I don't know what the UFC is doing as far as
The compensation
bonuses,
for it. Yes.
compensation, etc.
Yeah. No, it's the same thing that the WWE went through when they started the WWE network. A lot of the wrestlers were concerned, like, how are we getting paid now that
Yeah.
there's no pay-per-view? How are they going to pay us?
Yeah.
And UFC pulled off a heist for what they got Paramount to pay them. So they have the money. They have plenty of money. And if they had wanted to make this fight special, they could have brought the Brinks truck to Ireland for Conor McGregor. They could have brought the Brinks truck to John Jones. And they didn't do it. And they wanted to keep the cost down. And I'm just asking, if you were grading this fight card before it happens, what would you grade it?
B.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's supposed to be Ali Frazier. It was supposed to be the greatest card of all time. And I think that they missed completely. The promotion.
Steve, dead.
The promotion.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say they.
I was saying you're dropping you're dropping the proclamation of how bad this is.
Well, no, I mean from the expectations that they gave, I do think it's bad from the expectations, from the way that Trump made it sound, from the way that Dana White made it sound.
Yeah, that's
the proclamations were this is going to be the greatest card ever. and I don't think that's what they gave us. And
I
the
agree with
promotion is costing. They're paying $700,000 to restore the south lawn on the White House after the use. There's no public tickets that are made available.
Actually,
There's
I just read the UFC is going to give away like
yes,
75,000 tickets.
yeah, the UFC is giving away 85,000 tickets. Correct. But yeah, that's it. So I just think that
I mean,
the idea was great in concept. I just think they should have, as Laban Marsh always says, under promise and over deliver. And it's not that Tuporia is an incredible champion, but I mean, he's a featherweight, lightweight champion that people like seeing the big heavyweights go at it. And right now, UFC does not have
I
that.
mean, Ilya is no, he's the next big star. Well, listen, what you're saying is true, of course, Steve. But who's the biggest star of all time in the UFC?
It's John Jones.
No,
No? What?
Conor McGregor, the most popular UFC
Oh,
fighter
Conor
of all
McGregor?
time. Conor McGregor.
Well, I mean, people say that the greatest combat fighter is John Jones, if you go
Yeah,
by
he's
record.
no. He's the best. He is
Okay.
yes, he's the
So
best.
you're
But the
saying
biggest
draw and
star,
everything.
the
Yes.
biggest star in the sport ever, Conor McGregor.
Okay.
Like
I'll go with that. I'll go with that. But
you'll go
again,
with that. It's pretty
you-
undisputable.
do you think Conor McGregor is ever going to fight again in UFC?
I don't know. Like
He probably
yeah,
isn't. So if Conor McGregor never steps
never
foot in the
say never,
octagon,
but
if he doesn't, where do you
Yeah.
rank him?
ability or draw, number one, biggest star
Ability.
number one, like best
You think he's a
overall
bigger star and a
overall-
bigger draw
than everybody. Yes,
than Jones? Okay.
100 billion. Listen,
I
I-
haven't seen the.
I'm a big
the
John
numbers,
Jones
but-
fan. Having met him, even bigger fan. He's a good. Like I like John Jones. I'm a big fan. Biggest star of all time in the UFC. Biggest draw of all time in the UFC by far. Conor McGregor. It's not even close. It is
Okay.
not even close. Like
Okay.
just the amount of money he made, the amount of pay-per-views he sold.
He did, but he did it for a short period of time. It
He had
wasn't
probably-
like he had like
I was actually going to bring this point up a little
this
while
5-year
ago.
run.
He had probably the greatest run of all time.
Yeah, for
It-
2 maybe 3 years, correct?
He had probably the greatest in ring runs ever. And just talking about it, not even excellence, but just drama and with
Oh
excellence.
yeah,
actually,
he
based on
knew how to
the-
promote a fight. Yes.
No, that's not what I'm talking about, Steve. All I'm saying is, as far as like his performance and results from his come up to the 9-second knockout of Jose Aldo
Yep.
to moving up to fight at lightweight, fighting the champion, having that fight falling out, fighting Nate Diaz on short notice,
Yeah.
losing that fight,
And then
coming
coming
back,
back.
rematching, winning, then coming back and fight for the lightweight belt and knocking Alvarez out within 2 rounds.
He was
That
the
was
first
probably what
two
you're the first division champion.
division champion.
And
Yeah.
did he fight after? Did he have another fight where he never defended the belt, did he?
They made him drop
The
I
lightweight belt I'm
believe
talking about.
I knew
Did
he
he
had.
ever? I don't think he ever defended the lightweight belt.
I thought he dropped the featherweight, but I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't.
No, he dropped the featherweight belt after he won the lightweight belt. That officially happened. He was
Right.
stripped of the featherweight belt, but
Yes.
I don't think he ever defended the lightweight belt.
I don't think he did either because he took too much time off in between fights, and that was, I believe, when he fought Mayweather.
Yeah,
So-
I think you're right there.
So going from that, now you look at MVP's card.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Netflix, and a lot of people believe that it's not only a better card, that it will be more successful than UFC 250.
Well, how do you find that though? Because they're both on streaming services.
I mean, we would see if people would sign up
The
for
numbers?
Netflix. But
Sign up for.
we'll be right
Okay.
back.
Down south, we have Julius Williams, Jordan Harris, and the rest of the team of the Trench Mob. They train offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps all across the country. They have sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. They have sent the highest percentage of kids who work with them to Division I schools on scholarship. To work with the best, go to trenchmobfootball.com. Ned Von Young runs the Fresh Fold Laundry Company in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, a high-end laundry service. You book online, put your laundry out in a clear plastic bag. They pick it up, wash, dry, and fold it for you in 48 hours. They also offer an expedited service if you need that as well. They have an online subscription model, weekly or bi-weekly, where you can get your laundry done that way. They offer deals for college students. So if you want your laundry done, you can do it in your own dorm. They have a pickup and now a delivery service. So you can have your laundry done without leaving the comfort of your own home or dorm room. To sign up, go to their website, my-freshfold.com.
All right, and we are looking at the MVP card that is going to be taking place in May. And this is my thing. To the casuals, they care about names and the big names. And Ronda Rousey, yeah, she's probably past her prime. Gina Carano's past her prime. Nate Diaz hasn't fought in 4 years. Francis Ngannou was the biggest waste of money that PFL has ever spent in their life. And my gripe is just imagine if Dana White could have gotten along with Francis Ngannou's management and we had gotten Francis Ngannou and John Jones. That'd be great on the White House card. That would have drawn some viewers. That would have made it a lot better, right?
Probably, but why are we putting all the blame for that situation on Dana?
I don't because again,
I'm
pro fighters.
I'm pro fighters too. But I've heard conflicting things about some of the ways certain people
Negotiate
or behaved in that situation. So, I mean,
and
I think, listen, plenty of fighters have a gripe, and a rightful one, or being more on the right side than the wrong side, however you want to define it, with Dana White, have a problem, etc. But I've heard some of the behavior, and it comes from different sources, about how Francis Ngannou behaved in regard to Dana White. I don't think that all of these are, just a case of the fighter being crushed by the big evil personality or corporation, but for the most part, especially lower card fighters, have a legitimate gripe here. So, do we want to say, oh, yeah, I would have loved it, but from what I've heard, a lot of Francis' behavior hastened his exit from the UFC.
well, yeah, I mean, I believe he purposely wanted to be fired from UFC, but then
Exactly.
I don't understand how PFL brings him in and he has like 1 or 2 fights. Like, why do you spend that money on for that?
To legitimize it, but honestly,
They just didn't
That
want to pay him to fight, apparently,
that
uh,
is
for what he would have cost.
that's very very valid. Gone are the times where you have a fight promotion owned by a larger entity, the way Bellator used to be owned by Viacom.
Right.
Viacom would shell money out for some of these fighters and not see the kind of return or usage of the fighters for what they paid them. There's two types of ways fighters get paid by these large promotions: promotional contract and battle agreements. The battle agreement is they're paid a certain amount of money to fight. These have been predetermined with the things taken as far as percentages, etc. Buy rate, ratings on a service, number of viewers. Like they have different things, but they get paid those battle
On those
agreements.
metrics, yes.
Exactly. They also have what's known as a promotional agreement, and this is where they can only fight for promotion X.
Correct.
Because they fight for promotion X entity, be it Monster Energy, Paramount Plus, Dave and Buster, whatever
they're-
big companies rather, or
They're still considered
businesses.
1099 independent contractors.
Yeah,
That's the
but
bullshit. It can then call them employees.
all you're doing is talking over me, Steve. Let the man talk. Basically, what I was about to say was they're paid a certain amount by those companies or the promotion through those companies. They have sponsorships with those
Yeah.
companies to get paid a certain amount for. These are usually larger companies. That's the other type of way these fighters get paid. So a lot of this probably was Francis had promotional agreement with PFL, and he was getting paid a certain amount, and they either didn't want to pay him his large bout agreement
Right.
or his promotional agreement. They were just happy having him do promotion and not paying him these exorbitant sums for the fights. But again, I didn't know what Francis' contract was, but you understand what I'm saying. He was attached to PFL. When he did fight, he smoked people. So, hey.
Yeah, he did. He did. So he is going to box in a 5-round heavyweight bout. That's going to be the co-main event to Ronda Rousey and Gina
Wait,
Carano.
he's boxing Philippe Lins? They're
Yeah.
not fighting MMA.
That's my point.
Wait. He's gonna box Philippe Lins is actually gonna box him, not do MMA.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. You're right. It's MMA.
Oh Jesus.
I thought I read he was boxing. No,
Philippe Lins is fucked either way, but if they had boxed, he would have been way more fucked.
but this is his first fight since 2024. So it's almost 2 years since he's been in an octagon.
Wait, did he beat up the what's his name?
We talked about it.
It was
Raynon Ferreira, whatever his name was.
Ray off the air, yeah. He
Yeah.
fucked him up, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, well, so wasn't Raymond like messed people up in the PFL tournament? Fought
Dude,
Francis got,
he was 6'8". The dude was a monster. I remember him.
Then he fought Francis, got fucked up. Did he get signed by the UFC and then just released?
Yeah, he ended up in the UFC and then he got released. Yes.
Oof. So anyway, like that's the only guy he fought.
That's my thing. In 3 years, that's what they paid him for. And
but
he did nothing.
How much did they really pay him though? That's the thing we don't know. We don't know what his promotional contract was.
He was supposed to be the PFL ambassador for Africa.
Yeah, he was.
They announced him for that.
He did know, and he did that. They
Yeah,
did
but what
do a
did
show
they
in Africa.
did they do? They did do a show in Africa.
They did a show in Africa. I know that.
Okay.
I'm 99% sure they did a show in Africa.
Okay, well that's different. If they did a show in
But
Africa, that's great.
again, I don't know what they made for that. I don't know if it was worth. We just don't know. Francis definitely got paid to appear there, but I have no idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you have Nate Diaz.
Oh.
And he's again, first time in 4 years he's competing in an MMA fight against Mike Perry.
Yeah.
I think that this card will be more successful than the UFC's White House card. And it's because to the casuals, these are all names they recognize. The casuals don't recognize Tuporia. They don't recognize Pereira.
No, they recognize the cat. Everyone recognizes Pereira now.
I mean, to an extent, but who would you say has more name value? Ronda Rousey
Oh,
or
okay.
or,
I'm gonna
or,
put. Listen. Give me a
or Nate
second.
Diaz?
I will give me a second. I will thank you very much. I will discern this for you right now. As far as like the casual viewer and who's more famous, as far as like the fight card, yeah, it's 100% MVP. But as far as the best fighters,
Oh, I
like
agree with you.
it's the
Yes,
UFC.
yes,
So UFC
100%.
is really taking up this mantle of we have the best fighters in the world.
Yeah,
And they, for the most part, do.
they
Will it
do.
always be more commercially successful? They kind of rigged the system because they are paid now and they put the best fighters in the world out there consistently. So they kind of beat the system there. As far as what will get more views, clicks, cost more subscriptions to Netflix, obviously MVP. But
I think so. I think so. I
I
think
think
people want to see Ronda Rousey back. The question is mentally. I mean, I think
bro,
she
I
has a good
don't.
relationship with
Who
Gina.
wants to? Let me admit, I'm on my intellectual MMA kick for this podcast, but let me ask you this. So, we're talking about who's famous in the game. Who's one of the most famous guys to ever fight in the UFC?
What
Be an all time WWE
are
wrestler?
you talking about, Brock?
Yes, 100%. Right now, Brock could walk back in the cage and be super duper competitive at this
I think
point.
he could too. At 48 years old, I think
I
he could
mean,
too.
know what?
I think the heavyweight
Know what?
division is a
Know what?
disaster.
Know what fight I think would actually be super entertaining right now? You have to give one of them a little bit of time to train. But I would definitely pay money to watch Brock Lesnar and a DC fight.
They had that
No, I know
confrontation in the cage.
yeah, it's like that was actually gonna happen, but Brock re-signed to WWE, and that was the end of Brock in MMA. Um, my point being here, I'm being long-winded again. I apologize to our viewers,
Well, I
but
don't think Brock reached out to WWE. I think
no,
Vince
like
reached out to him.
my thing is, Ronda is not of that caliber. So last time she was out there, she got
No,
absolute. Her last fight, her last two fights, she got absolutely dominated by Holly Holm and then Amanda Nunes. Both in the striking department, she wasn't able to implement her judo the way she had been in her previous fights. So I digress. Gina is an absolute assassin in striking. Granted, is she much older than Ronda?
she's a couple of years old. I think she's 4 years older, but
So
I'll double check.
how old's Ronda now? Is she
I
in her
thought
40s yet?
Ronda was in. No, I didn't think she was in her
So
40s.
she's like 38, I bet.
Yeah, I thought she was in her late 30s, and I thought Gina.
Gina's like my age, like 45, right?
I thought Gina was older. Yes,
Gina been
but I'm
on
double
that.
checking.
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
Ronda's 39. So
Gina's like 45, right?
yeah, Gina's got to be
Listen,
4 or 5 years older.
I'm gonna, in the words of Deshaun, uh, you know what I'm talking about, Deshaun?
Yeah,
Okay, in the words of Deshaun, listen, we're paying for Netflix to watch two old bitches fight.
you did say that before. You did say that before.
I mean,
But I mean, you don't think that Ronda can train hard and get back to some sort of respectability. Not that she'll ever
Listen,
contend for a
I
championship
have
again, but
no idea who her coaches are for this camp, but you spoke about her problems in the WWE, the
big
entitlement,
problems.
the
She's
did
motherfucked
integrate,
everyone.
want to motherfuck everyone, want to fight everyone. I don't
She
see
hurt a
her.
lot of the girls too.
Did she really?
Yeah, no, she
Fucking
hurt.
wow! I didn't know that, and I'll say fucking bitch.
She
Like fucking
hurt
really?
when Alexa Bliss was champion.
She
So
hurt.
Gina Carano's 43.
Oh
Um,
wow. Okay, yeah. Gina, listen, she's been on that Hollywood stuff. She's been doing nothing but taking care of her body, working out. Like she's just been professionally looking good, which
yeah,
includes for her training. I guarantee you, Gina never stopped training. Gina was never much of a grappler. I'm sure she trained jujitsu still. Um, as long as Gina doesn't get thrown on her head, which I feel like she's athletic enough and fast enough to avoid. And again, less miles.
yeah. No, you're
Great
right.
strike. The only time she got knocked out in her career, I believe, is by Cyborg.
Yes, which was a bullshit fight. Yes,
Cyborg was on everything for that
she
fight.
was on everything. Yeah.
So,
Um,
Ron, but like, let me get to my point. Gina has less brain trauma. She's more athletic.
yeah.
I take that back. Ron is a super accomplished athlete, having a bronze medal in judo in the Olympics. But if Gina can stay away from her, which I believe she'll be able to, Gina will still have fast hands. Gina will, I think if Gina touches Ron's chin, which she will multiple times, she rocks Ronda. It's over. She'll head kick her or just keep picking her apart. I just don't see Ronda being able to get close enough to throw her.
No, I don't either. And
Yeah.
again, to me it depends on the training. If I mean, it's not a lot of time. I mean, it's May 16th.
I mean,
So
they've both been training. I would have to know who Ronda's striking coach is. I mean,
right.
and Ronda's the way Ronda, she had a boxing heavy style. And listen, her coaches have taken a ton of heat. Her original coach, I'm trying to remember, um, shoot, I believe they're Armenian. Um, Jo- uh, Kyle Parisian, I think, hooked her up with her coaching staff originally. Glendale Boxing Club was the gym. I'm trying to remember the coach's name. I can't right now. Anyway, she was boxing heavy style, didn't establish range well. The one thing, Gina's actually, I believe, married to Kevin. I can't remember his last name, but Muay Thai champion. She's a longtime Muay Thai practitioner. I bet you she's taken like 3 different trips to Thailand to like just vacation and train just for funsies while she's been acting, doing at least 3 trips, probably more. Because I know her husband has been an active kickboxer while I believe he's retired now, but I feel like she's gonna be more in practice. She always had a better sense with the striking.
Yeah.
She shins Ronda in the head. It's not gonna go well for Ronda.
So I mean, you predict that Ronda could lose this fight?
I think she
No,
will lose this fight.
you think she
I'll,
will
I'll,
lose?
I'll pick Gina all day in this one. And again, as my boy Deshaun Strickland say, hey, we're pacing two old bitches fight. But I have a feeling Gina will be able to like implement her game plan of not getting taken down, not getting thrown, and being able to pick Ronda apart until she's able to like land something really big and finish her off.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, I think that I definitely think that the MVP show is going to be better than the
Define
UFC
better
show.
though. Define better
I
though.
think I think I think it's going to draw a better crowd. I think it's going to be
draw better crowd once at the White House.
yeah,
It's
but
gonna be very. It's gonna
they're
be
giving
very
away
limited.
tickets to like senators.
Yeah, but it's gonna be full, but there's gonna be a very limited capacity. There'll be the block party. I guarantee you that block party they're giving, across the street, they're giving tickets away to like that'll be full. So I mean, it'll have like a total crowd of like 100,000, probably.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
I
But
mean, what
I don't.
every PZT Inuit Center with Lakers play, right?
Yes, yes.
And that's so what? That could hold like I bet you
I just think that
it holds like what 40,
I
40
think
to
that
50,000.
people will be more satisfied with the MVP card because they're
I
getting
mean,
names they
listen,
can
I
they
think
value.
I think the Nate Diaz Mike Perry fight was like super smart to add to it. They're both names that move the needle in the MMA sphere. And they both haven't taken a lot of damage lately. Perry actually, did he lose a box match to Jake Paul? I
No,
think Perry
I don't.
lost. No,
I
I
don't.
think Perry lost. Perry lost a boxing match to Jake Paul. I think
I didn't think
Nate Diaz did. Nate Diaz lost a boxing match to
Yes,
Jake
I know
Paul.
Nate Diaz did. Yes,
I think Mike Perry did too.
I did not know that.
I
But
think
I don't believe Jake Paul is going to be on this
no, he's
card
not. I mean, as far as I know, he's not.
altogether. Um, yeah, it doesn't look like it.
What
I'm
was Mike Perry's
checking
last fight?
I'm checking his record now. He is. I mean, he's 12-2.
Yeah, click on what was the last fight?
His he lost to Tommy Fury in 2023. He did beat Mike Perry. Uh,
Jake Paul did.
they gave him the fight against Mike Tyson, and he lost to Anthony Joshua. But he also defeated Julio Cesar Chavez, who was probably 65 years old. So, but we'll see what happens. Let's take a look quickly at the PGF. They had season or week 3. I watched some of the highlights of it. The team that really came awake was Colorado. Colorado had like a total of 6 points coming into this thing, and I believe they ended up getting 21. So they had a great day. But I mean, they're halfway through the season. It would be very very challenging for them to catch up. Um, the individual season leaders we talked about: Jeff Thompson, Kevin Bowring, and Sean Melanson
Ooh.
with the Phenoms. The Phenoms were wow. So the Phenoms, wow, they got blown out. They
But Balansky got a break. Did Balansky get a break or a choke? He finished, right?
he had 2 finishes and I believe 1 draw. He did well, but the Phenoms and the Twisters were only separated by a few points. He finished Jake Strauss via submission, a knee bar, and
So
he
that's a break.
finished
That's a break.
Brett Moyer with an armbar.
So 2 breaks. Oof, he's a beast. Like
Yeah,
Milan,
and then he had a draw.
I tell you what, like just me being a grappling fan, like having I hey, I've taken definitely I look at the PFL Instagram, like really impressed. Melanson just he impressed me the most out of all the guys that I've seen, all the highlights I've seen of the PGF. I'm most impressed by Melanson. His social media is really taken off. I love the content he posts.
Yeah, he
Just
promotes himself well.
looking at the grappling world, Malanson's the guy I see. I feel like he's the guy that's, does he have the most total points? Do you have that in front of
No,
you?
no. Jeff Thompson still has the most total points.
I see Melanson
He's
being a
got
guy.
Melanson's got the most total points on his team.
I
He's
see
got 20
Melanson.
points.
Melanson could make a run at ADCC. 100%. Just his style, which is pretty wrestling heavy, which I find super impressive. I don't know his wrestling background. I don't know if he wrestled in college or anything like, but man, he'd do really well at ADCC. I feel like his style really adds some legitimacy to the level of competition at PGF.
So, like Jeff Thompson, Kevin Bowring, they're
Yeah.
the top performers of their teams. Do they also will they also have the opportunity to compete in various MMA promotions after the season? You believe,
I mean,
or
MMA,
they stick with grappling?
MMA, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know them well enough. Atlanta, I don't think so. I haven't seen him do any striking training
It
unless
doesn't
he's.
translate. Okay,
I mean,
typically.
you need to be able to strike to compete in MMA. But what I do see from all the guys you just mentioned, especially Melanson, they will probably all make a run at IBJJF World Championships. If not the Pans, I believe are in like a month and a half, 2 months. Um, but at the IBJJF Worlds, I mean, they'll all do extremely well, and I would love to see, especially Melanson, at ADCC trials, or maybe even get an at-large invite to ADCC because I mean, just
So
the style
grappling and jujitsu is like a circuit all year. I mean, there's various
for the
events
most
throughout the
part.
year that they
For the
compete in.
most, the big events are mid-year and end of the year. End
Okay,
of year is ADCC, no IBJJF Nogi Worlds. Mid-year is the IBJJF Pans. At some point, I believe, like third quarter of the year, they have the IBJJF Nogi Europeans, and they have the Gi Worlds, the Gi Pans. They don't. They're obviously a big deal in the Jiu-Jitsu world, but Nogi is where they get a lot more attention, mainstream attention. Just the Jiu-Jitsu community is bigger for Nogi, so um, just me being a fan, having competed at IBJJF Worlds, um, ADCC is the best grapplers in the world. So, yeah, I think Melanson should at least do trials. He could probably will, especially if he keeps getting breaks like this. Breaks are the most points, right?
yeah, yeah.
If
No, he's
he
done
he's
great.
been winning his fights by breaks. I mean,
His last 2 weeks have been very good, and I just don't know how they fell so far behind um, the Twisters. The Phenoms, they had been in second place, and then they were down only 7 points coming into this week. So I don't know how they dropped so far. They must have had some
yeah.
injuries or
I mean,
whatever, had to go with a different roster.
or
Fifty-three.
they're being carried by Sean Melanson. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and while hey, I really do like this team concept. The real star maker or the real draw for
yeah.
the end of the PGF season is going to be
It's going
the
to be the individual.
individual championship. And I don't know. Maybe you can enlighten me. I should know these rules better. But are they having an overall champion single man tournament?
Correct. Yes.
No, are they?
Yes. Yes, they
Well,
do both.
I believe that will come to like Melanson's in the top three there. I also say Coachella Ryfield. Those are the ones you just said, I believe. No, those are the phenoms. The other overall leaders I'm looking. I'm was it Moyer?
Thompson is one. Bowring
Yeah,
is the other.
yeah. So
Melanson is one,
Thompson,
and then the
Bowring, and Melanson.
Wolverines is Crump. The Wolverines had a good week this week for the first time in a while. But yeah, I mean, for the teams, I mean, easily the Kings have been stacked. I mean, they have the top
Oh
the
man,
top three guys are over
yeah.
20 points. The Twisters, two guys are over 30 points. The Phenoms, it's only Melanson who's over 20. So yeah, I think individually, but I mean when you watch the shows, the production values, they really do a nice job. They
Oh
get
yeah.
a rowdy as fuck crowd, which I give them credit for, and I'm
Behind it.
glad that they're expanding. They're going to have a couple expansion teams. They're going to try to expand worldwide. I think they could do a longer season than the 9 weeks. That's the only thing I would say because
Well,
it's
listen,
entertaining as hell. I know it costs money, but
hey, do they actually have GMs and coaches?
yeah. They have
I mean,
coaches.
I
They have a
need
coaching
to.
staff.
I mean, oh, I need to get
Well,
hired as the
no, you
coach
will.
boss.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to talk with Brandon and talk with
Oh,
Eric,
I didn't
get
even
your
realize
fighters in.
I've been following Brandon like since before the PGF on
Yeah,
Instagram.
Brandon knew you pretty well.
Yeah.
He knew of you. Yeah, and he's a great guy. He's and he and his wife, I think are both black belts or brown belts in jiu-jitsu. But
Oh no, Brett, he's a black belt. He's
yeah,
a he's a 10th
right.
class black belt. He's an impressive black belt, actually.
Right. And that's why I say, like, when you watch the shows, I really, when I watch them, I like the format. I like the
I need to watch
one.
the show. I've just been watching matches. I haven't been
Yeah.
watching the
If you
actual
watch it,
broadcast. I've just been watching the matches, and honestly, I follow all the their social media, but Melance's social media is just entertaining.
it's
I
out of
really,
this world.
I feel like they have a star in this kid, to be honest.
No, they do. They do. That's why I said I wish that, like, they did maybe a fall season, or they were able to do 2 seasons and or make this season longer, because they're just starting to get rolling. They're just starting to pick up steam, and they're almost at the halfway
Yeah.
mark. It's 9 weeks, and then the playoffs are going to begin. But it's a very, very entertaining product. I like it better at times than UFC, just because even though there is no striking, there's nonstop action. There's always action, and they're always trying to go for a finish. Where in the UFC, whenever that final round is, they kind of just chill. They don't like to finish. And
A depends on the fighter. B, I mean,
if they're up on
that's
points, I
but I
get
mean,
it.
it's a problem. It's a problem in jiu-jitsu too. Like guys will get ahead in a
Yeah.
match and just stall out until time runs out to win on points. That's a problem. So, like, I actually, from what I've seen in the matches, Melanson has actually voiced his displeasure as far as like
Yeah.
consistency with stalling calls.
Yeah.
I have to watch more PGF matches. I've just been watching the single matches. I have to. I want to see the style of fishing. I want to get a better picture of it before I comment on it. But I mean, it is encouraging that they will just throw song warnings out that quickly, because it does push the action in the sport.
Yeah, check out their YouTube channel.
Well, I have
Because
checked
they
out
got
I have checked out I just haven't watched an event live yet.
you don't need to watch the whole event, but it's just the pacing of it is really good, and that's why I like it. And the action is forced, which I like. And the guys are super talented.
Yeah,
They
of
have
course.
a very, very good roster. So it'll be interesting to see how things shake out. There is a UFC Fight Night tomorrow night. It looks okay. Or Saturday night. I'm going to be watching the NCAA tournament. Did you do a bracket or no?
No, I did not do a bracket. I did
No,
do
okay.
several. No, you want to know what I did? You want to know the extent? I did, I think, like $10. No, I just did futures.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I said futures for UConn to win and UConn to win their bracket.
Well, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what
They're
happens.
pretty good this year, right?
They were on a roll until they lost to St. John's in the Big East Championship. They beat St. John's at home by 40. They beat Seton Hall. Then they lost out of the blue to Marquette. And they rolled through the Big East tournament and then lost in the finals to St. John's, or they would have gotten the number 1 seed. They're in a very difficult division. However, Duke almost lost to – Duke was the number 1 seed. They almost lost to Siena today. So I think UConn has a chance to come out of it. UConn will have to –
Wait, UConn almost lost Siena.
No, Duke was the number 1 seed. UConn's the number 2 in Duke's in the East. So I think Duke is beatable. UConn, I think, can beat Michigan State. That's going to be their toughest competition, them and Duke. And then if St. John's advances, which I think they will. St. John's got a shitty seed. They should have been higher, but nobody likes the Big East. But
Okay. Wait. So, is UFC actually? Do you want to do the UFC fight card real quick? The main card. The reason I like this is because it's a London card, and London cards are always fun.
the London cards are always fun. All right, yeah, it's Murphy. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead with the
I mean, it's meh.
the
I'm looking
main
at
card. Do you know Curtis Campbell, Danny Silva, featherweight division? Campbell's 8-0.
No, where are they? Where are they? Silva. I know Silva. Man, I tell you what, this you can tell who the English fighters are. Okay,
Yeah, you can
Eh,
see. Yeah.
well, no, like 8-0 versus
Yes.
8-0 versus 10-2, and that's pretty even.
13-2 versus Roman Doldizzi, 15 and
Okay,
4.
I will actually pick. I think I Bandewski will be Austin Lane. Michael
Okay.
Venom Page.
I
This
like
fight,
Michael Page.
Michael Venom Page versus Patterson. Patterson's obviously the hometown. He's English. They're both English, actually. This is a pretty good showcase fight. I'll go Michael Venom Page here, though.
And then Luke Riley, Michael Aswell.
Pretty
Riley's
evenly,
12-0.
pretty evenly matched, but I'd go with Riley.
Yeah, I 5'9",
Ooh,
5'8", yeah.
oh
And then
God.
the main event is Murphy against Movsar, the Russian.
Evlov.
Yeah,
So this is a classic strike. I hate saying the Russians are grapplers because most of them have a wrestling or sambo base, or usually
yes.
both with boxing. But it all depends. Like, I mean, you look at Murphy, and why won't his freaking record come up right now?
Murphy is 17-0-1.
Oh, well, no, I do see, but I want to look at one thing. There
Oh,
we go.
his
Oh,
fights. I see what you're saying.
okay. He hasn't fought that many grapplers though. That's the thing. Oh wow. Okay. Jeez. Steve, remember my rule?
I'm picking him. I'm not picking against. I'm picking him over the English. I'm sorry.
I fully agree with you there. But the one thing I want to point out, holy shit. Look at Eblov's strength of schedule. Look at who he's beaten.
No,
Holy,
I saw who he's beaten.
he's
It's
on a
just
4 or 5. He's
he's
on a four or
English.
five.
I know.
No, Milov, just for everyone at home. I'll tell you right now, this is my gambling lock for this week.
Are you
This is,
serious?
oh yeah, Evlov over Murphy. Yeah, look at Evlov's last 4 fights. A win over Ige decision, win
Yeah.
over Diego Lopes decision, win over Arnold Allen rather decision, which sucks, but decision. Then this is most impressive to me: a win over Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain, moving up from being the bantamweight champion, but the thing that really sticks out to me here is Aljamain is a superlative grappler. He
Okay.
gets you against the cage, gets your back, gets on top of you. You are in Foxville. And Evolov being able to neutralize that and win a decision versus a former champion with that type of grappling background, Murphy better keep good distance and land, or he is going for a ride.
Okay. So I
Gambling
agree.
lock of the week, guys. That's my
All right.
gambling lock of the week.
All right. I'll go with you on that. I'm not going to argue. All right. Great show. We will see what happens this weekend on UFC Fight Night, and good luck to everyone on their bracket. And we hope UConn does well. And we look forward to PGF for week 4. Tyler King, Crown Sports Entertainment, trains,
Oh,
teaches class, pounds ass. He beats that ass, pounds it feverishly into the ground afterwards. That's all he does.
I'm imagining certain people been through my life, just peeking in on me, watching this, and hear you say that line.
Well, I mean, there's no better way to describe it. I mean, it's very descriptive and it's pretty realistic. So, I'm Steve Cully, best podcast host in the universe, in the MMA Report. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges. Shut them right up.